Hi guys, how is it going? Welcome to the month of August. I hope you guys are doing really, really well. Thank you so much for joining me. If you guys would be interested, you can book a reading on the website rubyreadstarot.com. Right, so the month of August, it's quite a special one. There's 2 full moons, one right at the beginning, one right at the end. So we start the month off with a full moon in the sign of the archetype, the stars, the sign of Aquarius. What do we know about Aquarius? What do we know about the archetype of the stars? Well, it's the bigger picture. It's expansion. It's about thinking outside of the box. It's about growth. It's about looking at the collective as one. It's about humanitarianism. It's about being involved in the social network. It's about being part of your group, your gang, your clique. I believe that with this full moon in particular, you've got a really, really good opportunity not only to network, but to get out and meet new people and really maybe do some charity work and get involved in like the real humanitarian spirit of the sign of Aquarius. I think that this might be one of those opportunities to really call in your abundance with this full moon, because we're sort of in this month where we're sandwiched between 2 full moons. So I think that these 30 days are going to play out almost like a magical wish list, which is why I really recommend that you use this full moon to completely cleanse your energy of all of the things that keep you on a lower base vibration. If that involves jobs, if that involves people, if that involves environments that are just not serving to you, you have this opportunity to kind of broaden the horizon for yourself. What's the bigger picture? Map it out. Do you know what I mean? Map out where you want, what you want to achieve for this month. Map out what it is that you're hoping to get aligned with this month. See where it is that you can improve your life and what you can do in order to be able to begin to get aligned with expansive thinking, the bigger picture, the greater idea. Okay, so there is a new moon on the 16th in the sign of Leo. This new moon, I really feel, is a bit of a new beginning as to how you look at yourself, how you respect yourself, what it is that you want for yourself, how it is that you wish to be able to love on yourself. In the month of August, you're the star of the show, and it's really important that you are positioning yourself within your community in such a way where you are radiating the love that you seek externally, right? Leo is about the self. It's about the ego. It's about the higher octave of the ego as well as the lower octave. So there's a lot of self-discovery that takes place, especially in between this full moon and the new moon, Aquarius and Leo, right? On the 23rd, the sun goes into the sign of meticulous Virgo, and things begin to get a lot more focused on what it is that we can do to enlighten ourselves in terms of our personal wisdom, our personal development, our self-accountability. And with Mercury going into retrograde on exactly the same day, this is such a fabulous time, especially if you're a Virgo, because it gives you almost like a break where you can really analyze what it is that you are seeing in your life and what it is that you can do to change all of the things that you don't like about life at the moment. This could be becoming completely like detached from someone you were like really in love with that wasn't necessarily good for you. This could be you just completely changing your mind about a job. This could be you deciding that you want to move to a completely different place. This could be you deciding that you need a new car. Allow yourself the spontaneity, because I feel like with the sign of Virgo, because of the analysis that goes into the sign, this period of time, especially with Mercury retrograde, your thinking is going to be so much more finer tuned, right? And I really think that when the sun and Mercury, albeit in retrograde, are both in the sign of Virgo, like you've really got a clear vision. You've got a really good perspective. You've got a really good idea as to what's going on. And so trust what you see wholeheartedly. When on the 27th, Mars, which has currently been in the sign of Virgo, enters the sign of Libra, there's a really good opportunity for you to choose peace and harmony and love over war, right? This is a sign of relationships. It's a sign of harmony, balance. See where it is in your life that personal relationships need some sort of balancing out. On the 28th, Uranus goes into retrograde in the sign of Taurus. And this is a really, really good time to really think about your living arrangements, who you live with, who you're sharing your space with. All of these personal things, like who and what energy is around you right now, and how does that affect you? With the full moon in the sign of Pisces on the 30th, this is a really dreamy, intuitive kind of time. This is one of those times where you can really lean away from the matrix and really begin to go deeply within the self and begin to look at what's going on inside and how much of what's going on inside is reflecting externally. So this really is one of those times where you can allow yourself to pull it back completely without any fear of being left out or missing out, and seeing what it is that you can really understand about the state of your life just by listening to your intuition in an unfiltered kind of way. This might be one of those full moons where it's a great time to put the phone down, not to watch so many influencing things on your life, and kind of just see what you have to say for yourself. Let's take a really deep breath together. Let's let all of it go, and let's pull some cards for the month of August 2023. This month of August, it's giving me a really, really good vibe. It's giving me a time of really beginning to step into your own self-reliance, see yourself as a star, as well as within your community. The first card out is the Lovers card, Gemini energy. Relationships. In the month of August, there is a partnership, there is a pairing, there is a unionship of people that are coming together, and I feel like there is a yin and yang energy to this. There is an energy of the black and white, what belongs together. You know, the Knight of Swords. There's information in August that comes in really, really quickly in regards to relationships, in regards to a lover, in regards to a partnership, in regards to a pairing, in regards to two energies that are supposed to be in each other's lives. The Knight of Swords is an energy of support. It's information that comes forward really quickly, information that can't be denied, information that's the honest truth, something that's helpful to you and it's in regards to love relationships. The Fool card, the Three of Swords, and the Three of Cups. So, this Three of Swords and the Three of Cups, whenever I see this together, this is inevitably like discrepancies within relationships. For me, it's infidelity more often than not. The Fool card is taking the risk on a new beginning. Taking a risk on a new beginning in a situation where you know that you may have been backstabbed, cheated on, lied, deceived, manipulated, gaslit, hurt, betrayed, past, present, future, right? It's not present tense. This is things that accumulate in one's life. This is energy that accumulates and creates triggers, traumas, the such. The Three of Cups is, with the Three of Swords next to it, is infidelity. Now, when we've got the Lovers, and when we've got heartbreak, and when we've got new beginning, and when we've got infidelity, that's like a lot of real ascension energy. Certain experiences come into our lives so that we can learn from them, and we can grow from them, and we can achieve the next level of ascension. Certain lessons push you in a direction of ascension that is so necessary for not just yourself, but your purpose and your function in life, and for the greater good of the collective, the greater good of humanity. I know a lot of you don't see yourselves as special as that, but because you're watching this, I need you to know that that's exactly the truth. You may have been put in a situation where somebody was cheating on you, somebody was lying to you, somebody was just abusing you, flat out. There is a new beginning in love. after a period of real deception, the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, things move really, really, really quickly. Super, super quickly, right? As we approach Virgo season, it's a completely different life that you are now in, okay? I need you to really hear me when I say by the 23rd of August, your life would have changed a complete 180, completely different scenario, okay? There is news about a new beginning that is coming in about relationships. There are certain triggers, hurts, heartaches that needed to take place in your life because there is a new version of you that is required to play out. Think the grander scheme of things. This is the full moon in Aquarius, and sometimes we can get really narrow-sighted because we're focusing too close up, too intently on the dilemmas that are playing out in our own personal life. But I need you to understand that these lessons that you went through were for the greater good of this grand tapestry. And now you can be saying to me, oh my God, it was so painful, it hurt so bad, la 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 la, how can you say that? Well, the thing is, when you're comfortable and in a position of privilege, things aren't likely to change. But when you're really put to the test, you have no choice but to change. And there were certain things about the situation, about you, that may have been, you know, kind of on a delay. Things needed to change up. Things needed to become more aligned with a definition of prosperity, abundance mindset. And it had to come from the lessons that you learned from this betrayal, backstabbing, cheating, hurting, heartache. So in August, you are preparing yourself for a brand new start. Now, for some of you, this Lovers card might represent a brand new partner. For some of you, this might represent someone who is already in your life that you're now entering a completely new phase with. It all depends on your individual circumstances, but I just want you to consider, if somebody is hurting you repeatedly and they're not likely to change, you do not need to suffer fools. It's not the purpose of life. We're not here to be miserable and unhappy. When people cheat on you, when people hurt you, when people harm you, that's the karma that they earn. Let them. Because ultimately it pays off for you. Don't worry about it. Get some more cards for the month of August 2023 for the collective. High Priestess. There's a greater sense of power, and there's a real urgency in regards to learning about the self, what you already know. Sitting in a place of confidence. There's an evolution that is so necessary right now, and a lot of it is trusting the self, what you already know, having faith, not coming from a place where you're being needy. Look what fell into my lap. That's the Star card of Aquarius, and that's the Temperance card. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords. You have a choice in August. You either let the past rob from you and continue to rob from you, or you take the high road and you go towards a dream that you may have felt was impossible or out of your reach. There are things that need changing, there are things that need alchemizing, there are things that need tempering, there are things that require you to be a lot more in the flow of things. For me, the Star card and the Temperance card are two of really similar energies. It's saying remain flexible. It's saying become expansive. It's saying transmute things from one state to the next. It's saying make the change. It's saying think of the bigger picture. With the High Priestess here also, it's saying trust what you know, trust what you learn, go back to basics, do some connecting with the moon in this month in particular. There is a need to move towards a state of self-trust, self-worth. There is a need to go towards recovery so that you can step into a new direction where you're actually allowing yourself to disarm the swords that were set out against you by learning the lesson and moving on. I think that's all I have for you. If you would like to book a reading, please go ahead and book a reading at www.rubyreadstarot.com. If you enjoyed the reading, let me know. Catch you guys again soon. Take it easy.